All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Yeah.
Get ready. This summer, the Arena League Sports is on ASAP Network. Tune in live on either the Tiki Live or Roku app, as well as your smart home TV.
And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Red Kingdom on the ASAP Network, All Sports, All Plays. Here with my co-host, RJ. RJ, how's it going today?
Going well.
Awesome. That's good to hear. It is draft weekend. And everybody that doubted Brett Veach.
Right.
He's crazy. He's dumb.
I kind of got a draft hangover at this point. That's how well it's going.
What a draft it has been for the Kansas City Chiefs so far. Rounds 4 through 7 are going on right now. If the Chiefs draft anyone, I'm sure they'll be on the clock here before we get off the air. Once we know who it is, we will let y'all know. But let's go through the first round, which was beautiful. They got a defensive end in George Karlaftis.
Yep, out of Purdue.
So let's start with him first. What are your thoughts of him, RJ? And then I'll run down some of his stats and everything.
I like him as a pickup out of Purdue. I remember sitting down watching Purdue versus Army game, I believe he was a standout player, and I didn't even know his name because I don't think Purdue puts last names on the back of the shirts.
Mm-hmm.
But he reminds me of, if anybody remember the Titans. Remember the Gary Bertier.
Yeah.
That's Karlaftis. He's even like they say, he didn't start out as a football player.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of started out as, a water polo player. So he's a natural athlete, but I can see that he has the love for the sport, almost like the first to arrive, last one to leave type of leadership attitude. I can see that in him. So that's a good pick. That's a good, almost every down football player they got.
Yeah, I was looking at his stats. He played darn near 70% of the snaps last season. So really didn't take that many plays off, which is good. All these stats are from Pro Football Focus. Anybody wants to take a look at them. So I looked at his 21 stats. He played all 12 games. He played 667 defensive snaps. He had 5 sacks, 35 hurries, and 14 hits on the quarterback. So that shows me he may not have a lot of sacks, but he's getting close enough to where the quarterback is getting hurried.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of tackles for a loss as well. What I noticed on film, he holds his gap really well, or he doesn't get driven back off of the ball. Put it that way. If the line of scrimmage is here, he makes a lot of plays beyond the line of scrimmage and a lot of plays to the left and the right down the line. So he plays the defensive end exactly how it's supposed to be played, if you ask me. He got a good bull rush. He needs to work on the finesse moves more, because at 6'5", 250, he could overpower a lot of people in the Big Ten. Yeah. But on Sundays, it's somebody to match you with your strength and ability. Somebody's gonna be there to match you. So fundamentally, he's a sound player, but I would like to see him have a jab step move, a more finesse spin move, the swim move, rip move. He has to use all of those throughout each series. But I think with his skill set, they can teach him that, and he'll pick up on it.
Yeah, I'm sure that Spags and that defense line coaches, they'll get with them on those things, and he's gonna get better as the years go on, and we're gonna look back at this as this was a really good draft pick.
He was good pickup.
So that was a good pickup for the Chiefs right there. And then one I wasn't thinking about, and they went ahead and got him. Let me make sure I got his name right. McDuffie.
Trent McDuffie out of Washington.
McDuffie, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I didn't know until I looked deeper. I had been talking about Kobe Bryant out of Cincinnati the past couple of weeks, but I was looking at McDuffie's season last year with Washington. So he played 11 games. He played 607 defensive snaps. He had 74 tackles. He assisted on 25 of them. But here was the stat. Didn't allow more than 39 yards in any game of 2021. So, and then allowed only 2 deep catches in his whole college career.
Yeah.
The Chiefs haven't had a corner like that. You got to go all the way back to Dale Carter.
90s, yeah, 90s.
Yeah, you have to go all the way back, since the Chiefs have had a corner like that.
Yeah.
That shuts down a half of the field and says, you're not getting nothing this way. You got to go the other way. And to have that now on the team, it just makes the Chiefs defense that much better now.
Yeah, he's another high IQ guy. Every guy that they've brought in thus far, even going back to Justin Reed, they're just high IQ guys. I can see the culture shift that the Chiefs are bringing in. I can see what they're bringing in. They're bringing in good character guys. These guys are they're going to be in the film room. They're going to be in the weight room. They're going to be in nutritionist, trainer. They brought in real professionals. And even the young guys that are 21, a lot of these guys are 21 years old.
Yeah.
But when you see their interviews, there's a professionalism about them. And Trent McDuffie, second team All Pac-12. But the thing I like about him the most is he was a Chuck Bardenaric on the watch list for that, and the Jim Thorpe watch list. So those are complete football players that could almost go both ways on the collegiate level. That's the type of skill set we talk about with a Trent McDuffie. So I can't wait to see him out there. I'm gonna go up to spring training for sure to check this group out.
Yeah. That is what the Chiefs needed. They needed a corner that could hold his own, because not only are you got Devontae Adams in your division, you got Keenan Allen in your division, So they needed a corner like this. Let's not forget Jamar Chase also with Cincy. So the teams that the Chiefs are going to be battling in the AFC to be to get to the Super Bowl, they needed a corner like this, and they were able to get it in the first round. So a major steal. I'm surprised nobody got him before.
I know
before the Chiefs did.
I mean, if you go back a month or two ago, George Karlaftis and Trent McDuffie were top 10 on a lot of people's draft boards. So Brett Veach definitely playing chess. Like, as soon as he saw him creep up past 13, 14, he was getting on that phone calling the Patriots, because he pulled that move. He pulled a rabbit out of a hat with that one. To get both of those guys when you initially began with the 29th and 30th pick, that's magic. That's draft magic. Like, a lot of teams tank to get in the lottery or whatever. He just did it with savvy.
Yeah.
Savvy.
Yeah, savvy. Working with working with Bill Belichick to get these picks. So it all worked out in the end here. And another pick. Let's get on this Skye Moore pick here. So this is the Tyreek Hill replacement. This is what this
somewhat,
yeah. So his 40, I think he runs a 4.4.
4.4 flat.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
So he's a fast guy. And some of the comments, again, we got some Chiefs fans that are kind of fake.
Really fair weather.
Yeah, fair weather. Yeah,
they get down by a touchdown or two. They ready to throw their hat off.
And it was a lot of, well, he's 5'9", he's too short, he can't do anything, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, Tyreek Hill was short too.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Like the speed is good. He doesn't need to. Patrick Mahomes doesn't need him to catch the ball in double coverage over the middle of the field.
Right.
Get Skye Moore out in space. Let him use his speed.
Yeah. I like him. I like that pick.
It's the same as when Tyreek Hill was here.
Yeah.
Get him out in the open field and let him do what he does. This is a great pick. There's nothing wrong with this pick.
He's a good route runner. He uses everything in his receiver bag. He uses his double routes, his stutter steps. He uses like everything, and that's how he's able to play the game at a high level at 5'9". And another thing is, if I read correctly, they said he has some of the biggest hands in the whole combine. So that right there, and people act like they don't remember Tyreek Hill dropping balls. He dropped balls. So I'm thinking this guy right here, people were saying, yeah, he catches the ball with his body. Some passes you have to. No matter if you catch, like you say, the Tyreek caught it with his helmet one year. So it's like, however you get the catch, you get the catch. So with those big mitts of his, he's going to be snagging some balls and really making some plays. And like you said, if he plays on the outside slot type area, they'll be able to utilize him in a lot of different ways. And at 5'9", he'll be able to really hide behind our offensive line on some of the other lineups, like jet sweeps and things like that.
Exactly. Another weapon you can use now Hardman or Skye Moore on those jet sweeps now. So
Right.
that's another weapon right
Did you
there.
did you see Skye Moore's interview? He's a really confident guy.
He is.
Really confident. So
He
it's like
is.
he's ready to get out there. He brought up something I brought up a while ago was the new players coming in, creating a competitive atmosphere within the locker room to make everybody better.
Mhm.
With like the inner squad competition that really makes people better day in, day out. Because you can't go to practice and sit over on the side and drink Gatorade. It's like, no, this young guy behind me is willing to take my spot. So let me
Mhm.
lace it up and show people I still got it if I'm a veteran. So he brought that up already. So he was like, they're like, what are you gonna bring to the receiver room? He was like, I'll bring myself. He was like, they already good. He was like, they're already good, but I'm just gonna add my dynamic to it. Because what are we looking at? Valdez Scantton,
Mhm.
Juju Schuster,
Mhm.
Cole Hardman, Skye
Yep.
Moore now, Gordon's still around,
Yep.
Doris Fountain, Cornell Powell from Clemson,
Yep.
and then we still got our host of tight ends. You got Gray, Fordson, and Kelsey.
Yep.
So it's gonna be some competition. Like nobody's gonna be sitting around at practice like, oh, I don't got nothing to do today. It's like nah, that guy is at your heels. That new guy's at your heels. So
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, Scott Moore is a tough guy. He's like a Mighty Mouse kind of guy.
Mm-hmm. And the competition level is fierce.
Yeah.
So they know that at any moment they can go from being a starter to being second string.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's what you need. When again, when the Patriots were doing their thing, it was the same thing. Yeah, you're a starter now. You can easily be second string by the time we hit the second month of the season. So you had to be on your A game every week.
Every week, every down, for sure.
Exactly. So looking at Skye Moore stats.
One more thing with Skye Moore.
Mm-hmm.
A stat within the stat. They said he had 26 forced missed tackles. So once he gets the ball, he's hard to tackle because of that. See, they say 5'9", but that low center of gravity is a 6'2" guy going to lower his pad level. You got to lower your pad level beneath the 5'9" guy to get a good square tackle on him. And by the time they do all of that, he's kind of shifty. So 26 tackles where they had him and he squirted away. So
Skye Moore, he broke some ankles in college. And and so again, the same thing that Tyreek was doing here. I feel like Skye Moore can do some of those same things. Yes.
Capable.
Yes. So, and it's hard to people think it's easy. Oh, well, he's short, so he's easy to tackle. No,
it's opposite.
I'm 6'3", so imagine myself. I'm trying to now get down lower. Yeah, trying to get down so I can tackle him. That is hard.
So think about this. Priest Holmes, not easy to tackle. Maurice Jones-Drew, not easy. Darren Sproles, not easy. These are guys 5'9", 5'10". Those guys are definitely not easy to tackle. Like Barry Sanders.
Yeah. Same deal. Yeah.
Ward Dunn, Marshall Faulk.
Yep.
These are guys you needed 2 or 3 guys to get them down.
They're small, but they're shifty, and those guys knew how to move. And a lot of these defensive linemen, I mean, I know that the linebackers are faster now than they were then, but even still, when you're shifty enough and you can do, and then someone's like, oh, and that's when a linebacker breaks his ankle. Yeah. So, some of Skye Moore's stats, he played all 12 games. 140 snaps in the slot and 265 snaps when he was split out wide. He had 94 catches. He was targeted 125 times, 1,291 yards, and 10 touchdowns. What that shows me, the 94 catches, and he was targeted 125 times.
Mm-hmm.
Either the ball is getting tipped and he's not able to catch it,
Right.
And he's not dropping very many passes.
Yeah, definitely not dropping a lot.
That's what the Chiefs need, a sure-handed guy.
Yeah, and that also tells me he runs the entire route tree. If you can put him in the slot and wide out and run trips out of it, that means he can do every single route: the short one, the button, the hooks, the crosses, the slants, the drags, the posts, corners. He can do all those routes, and he's wide receiver practice. Like, I'm going to training camp just to watch the DB wide receiver drills.
There it is. Those are going to be good.
I'm going just to see that.
Those are going to be good, man.
Patrick's going to thread the needle. I can't wait to see it 7-on-7 with these dudes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And now, so if he can run the whole route tree, now imagine, okay, he's Tyreek Hill, but he can run all the routes.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So I can't wait. Skye Moore, that's a great pickup.
I think he should wear uniform number 24 so far. So that's who they'll keep an eye out for. Keep an eye out for wide out number 24.
Number 24.
He'll be small like Dexter McCluster was. He'll be small like that.
Yep, definitely.
McCluster was about 5'10", speedy guy.
Yep. Also, going back to Trent McDuffie, I wanted to point out two things. He only gave up 111 yards
the whole season, right?
Even the whole season.
That's so elite.
I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw that. I said, what?
That's so elite. Because I'm telling you what, listen, you can slip and fall on a muddy day and give up 100 almost in one game.
Yeah.
You can slip and fall and give up a 99-yard pass just like that.
Yeah.
So it's like he played the entire season, every down. What'd you say? 111 yards all season?
111 yards. That's it.
That's an island. He's an island over there, like a deserted island. Over there.
Duffy Island.
Duffy Island.
It has arrived in Kansas City. Yes. So, and the passer rating to his side of the field was a 52. So, your quarterback
need a little bit something higher than that. Yeah. To be successful.
Yeah. So they weren't completing a whole lot of passes his way. And I know, okay, the Pac-12 didn't have elite quarterbacks and all that, but at the same time, that still shows me that he's good at what he does.
Right.
Because no matter the skill level of the QB, that's still, he's out there, he's starting, he's good enough to start. And that the wideout that he's going up against, he's good enough to start as well. And Trent McDuffie was able to hold his own very well. So
he's a great talent, great young man. All of these guys are great young men. Like,
yes,
they interview very well. They tested well at the combine. The only one that didn't test at the combine was Brian Cook from Cincinnati, because he had a shoulder injury. He's the only one that didn't test, but he's got the best film out of everybody, so you ain't got to worry about him.
All right, yeah, he had the best,
Man, he's almost crazy. Like, I like man. See, I'm a defensive guy. Like, my eyes light up on defense. So these picks, Trent McDuffie, Carl Loftus, Cook, Leo Chanel, even from Wisconsin, he's a beast.
Yes.
Only reason he was so low is because they almost see him as one dimensional, but that's all we need him as. He's a middle linebacker, and he makes plays on both sides of the field. But I think they may look at him like coverage wise, he's a liability.
Okay.
But that Leo Chanel guy, he reminds me of like Urlacher. Like when Urlacher was at New Mexico.
New Mexico.
He reminds me of Urlacher. So he's good too. Like I remember the combine, he did almost 40 reps of the 225.
Yeah, strong. Yeah.
He can jump too, like a 40-inch vertical, 37, 38, something crazy like that.
Yeah. I was looking him up too on Pro Football Focus. It said that Chanel is going to thrive in man blitz heavy schemes.
Yeah, he's gonna have that middle stacked up. I think he's gonna be when he could be as good as Nick Bolton. He could be as good.
Ooh. This defense about to be really good.
Yeah, it's gonna be young and fast. If they could be disciplined, they're gonna be young and fast. Like, and Brian Cook, I think he's my favorite pickup other than Karlaftis, because when we spoke last week, we was like, or the last couple of weeks, we were like, what do we think? What should we focus on as a team for the first two picks? Like a corner, a shutdown corner that could be good at press man coverage, and other things, as well as come up and tackle. And then we said an edge rusher, and that's exactly what they went out and got.
Yep.
Exactly what they went out and got, and they got high level guys at that.
Yep. High level guys.
But I can't wait to see Brian Cook when he gets back to full steam. I can't wait to see him out there because he's basically Honey Badger with a hit stick. That's what he is. Because Honey Badger wasn't really a hitter.
No, he wasn't. No.
This guy. Yeah. And then Justin Reed still got him.
Yeah, so still got Justin Reed.
Our defense is gonna be crazy.
You got Justin Reed. We still have Thornhill. We have one Thornhill still. So
and all these guys hit, like they all hit, rap, and drive. Like these guys are not like they're not gonna come up and whiff tackles and miss tackles. And these guys they're getting people down. They're really getting people down. Like they're coming through like with a reckless abandonment, almost like violent hitters.
Yes.
So we got some great pickups, but they're good because they interview well. So it's like my favorite type of football player is like Reggie White, soft-spoken gentleman off the field, but on the field, it's like he's really, really violent on the field.
Oh yeah,
that's my favorite type of player. Like,
yeah.
It's my favorite type of player. And I see a lot of those characteristics in these guys. Because when they interview, they're really, a lot of these guys, if you look at their majors in college, they're intelligent guys. But when you get them on the field, it's like they're trying to break your neck. I love it. Like something inside of me. I love it.
Yeah, the switch flips and they are ready to.
Yeah, it's like old school. It reminds me of the football that we grew up watching. You know what I'm saying? The smash mouth. Somebody might get their face mask broken. Somebody might, ambulance coming out on the field. They remind me of old school two-way players almost.
Yeah, definitely. One thing that caught my eye looking at Leo Chanel's profile, and it said his 94.1 run defensive grade was not far behind Micah Parsons, who had a 94.8. So now you're telling me the Chiefs are going to have a Micah Parsons?
Yeah.
With a Nick Bolton? Yeah.
It's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. gonna be ugly.
Yeah. So what Brett Veach did, he was like, okay, everybody's building a super team and all that. He said, okay, cool. I'm gonna build a super defense. We're gonna do that. And we still have Patrick Mahomes, we have Travis Kelce, we have all our new weapons. Now, if the Chiefs can have now a top 10 defense to go with what we already have on offense.
Yeah. I don't see how any fan of any team, especially if you happen to be a fan of the Chargers, Broncos, or Raiders, I don't see how you think your offseason moves eclipsed the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs are still sitting at the top, still number one, and it's going to be a fun season to watch. Like I said, the game's going to be more interesting to watch with Russell Wilson in Denver and everybody else, all the other trades within the conference. It's going to be more interesting to watch, but Pat Mahomes out here practicing no look passes still. Like he's like way above the rest of them.
Yes.
He's practicing no looks to these guys already.
It's amazing because the success the Chiefs have had the past 4 years, they've done all this with their average defense.
Mm-hmm.
So now, if you give Patrick Mahomes a top 10 defense, you're looking at they may not lose no more than 2 or 3 games.
And put up 40 if the defense can get you off the field on third down.
Exactly.
You're looking at putting up 40 points a game if the defense can really get some third and outs, 3 and outs.
Now they're getting off the field. So now late in those games, a lot of times when the Chiefs gave up those leads late, it was because their defense had been on the field so long.
Yeah, that fatigue sets in.
And they are tired.
Yeah.
And they're tired because they're giving up 12, 15 play drives on almost every single, time that the other team had, had the ball. So now if you get like 4 3 and outs, or 5 of them, that saves you for the fourth quarter. So when it's like, okay, it's fourth quarter, I need y'all to buckle down. Now y'all have the energy to do that. Yeah. Whereas in previous seasons, they could not because they're so tired at the end because they've been on the field for so long.
Exactly. It decreases defensive injuries and it increases the offensive time of possession. And when you're talking about Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy, Patrick Mahomes, time of possession is definitely your friend.
Yes,
definitely your friend. So
yeah,
I see the blueprint. I see the blueprint that the Chiefs are laying out. Like I can really see it coming together, even without one snap. I can see it, coming together.
Yeah, and time of possession will be key on offense as well. I think the Chiefs are going to be more of a 10-play drive type of team now, which is good. When they had their most success on offense last season, it was when they had long drives.
Yeah.
And it was weird for the opposing teams because they were used to the big play, 2 plays, boom, it's a touchdown, 5 plays, boom, it's a touchdown.
And out.
Yeah. And when the Chiefs started doing 12, 15 play drives and scoring touchdowns, the other team was like, oh, whoa. Now there's no way to stop them because if you can run 12, 15 play drive and you're getting touchdowns every single time doing it that way, how they beat the Bills in the playoffs, same thing.
Yeah.
Time-consuming drives.
It's gonna wear the other team down. And if
It
it's an away game, it's gonna take their crowd right out of it.
Take it out. Yeah.
Crowd's not gonna be a factor if the opposing team has these long sustaining drives where they can run the ball, throw dinks and dunks, and just control the clock. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. So
And a lot of these guys are also can be doubled as special teams guys as well, because we have lost a lot of special teams players that we just didn't re-sign because of the nature of the business. But a lot of these new pickups can also be thrown out there for punts, kickoff return, kickoff, stuff like that.
Yeah. Definitely.
Hands team. Look, we got a great hands team for onside kicks, like all them receivers.
Oh yeah.
We got a great hands team. Hey, we should get. Look, I say we'll probably get 2 onside recoveries this year.
Yeah, we should not drop no onside kicks.
We got a great hands team.
Yeah. Pops is watching. Pops, what's going on? This will be an interesting season for real. Yes, it will. Basically, this is what makes Brett Veach the GOAT to me.
Mm-hmm.
Is he was able to transform a whole offensive line last year.
Yep.
Now the Chiefs have one of the best offensive lines in football.
And I like the big fellas up front. So I love Veach for that. Like he addressed it head on right away.
Head on. We got the best center. We got the best right guard. We got the best left tackle. All that. So now you're going to tell me after Brett Veach did that last season, he's going to now transform the defense. And now imagine he transforms this defense into a top 10 defense within one offseason.
Changing the culture. All of these are culture picks. All of these guys are culture picks.
It makes me I'm thinking about how good the defense is gonna be. It's like we haven't had a defense like it's been a long time that we've had some good defense here.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go all the way back to the 90s, that's probably how far you got to go back.
Yeah. Or or we might have had turned it on for like one season.
Yeah, for one season, right? Yeah,
like a Derrick Johnson season or something like that. But
yeah,
other than that, you're right.
Yeah, it's been
a offensive known town.
Yeah,
but it seems like we're becoming a little bit more balanced with Veach. Seems like he's more balanced, but he knows he can only do one thing at a time. And I think with his youthfulness as a GM, I think that causes him to be more of a relationship guy.
Yeah.
Where it's like, all these old guys, they've known each other, they've crossed each other. It's like, I like him, I don't like him, set in their ways.
Mm-hmm.
When he comes, he's young, he can finesse his way into certain offices. He knows how to speak on the phone. Like, nothing's out of the question with him. Mm-hmm. Like, he don't have he just wants to win. So he doesn't have an ego like, I don't like that organization, I'm not going to call them, I'm not going to trade with them. Because winning comes first in his mind. So he's like, whether I like him or not, I'm going to see if I can trade him for a couple picks.
Mm-hmm.
He gets it done.
Yeah.
He's a big relationship guy.
Yeah, he is. And he's only 44.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's the future. He's the future of leadership in the NFL. Like that age group, like it's just like he's just it's a kind of changing of the guard as far he's showing a new way to lead an NFL franchise. He's showing a new way to do it. Just kind of jumping out there doing what needs to be done without having these emotional loyalties to certain players and certain coaches.
Yeah.
He just wants the trophy. He just wants the Lombardi trophy at the end of the day, and I can't blame him.
Yeah, they've been him. Brett Veach, Mahomes, and Andy Reid. All three of those guys helped change the culture of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
The Kansas City Chiefs used to be happy with being the middle of the pack. Hey, we win 10 games, we get in the playoffs and lose. That was considered a good season.
Mm-hmm.
And those three guys have changed it to where if we're not in the Super Bowl, everybody's ticked off. And those are the kind of expectations I want.
Exactly.
I want that. I'm not happy with being a middle of the pack team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm glad that they changed the culture for the better. One last thing before we sign off. We do know one game on the Chiefs' regular season schedule. We know when it's going to be. The schedule will officially come out with the days and the times on May 12th.
Mm-hmm.
We'll definitely have that covered on that Saturday. So the home opener will be a Thursday night game. It'll be against the Los Angeles Chargers.
Okay.
At Arrowhead. So we know that one.
I said we have at least 5 or 6 nationally televised games. A Thursday, a Monday, a Sunday night, and maybe we're gonna have at least in that one you just named. We're gonna have at least 5 more because secretly the Chiefs are the favorite, are the nation's favorite team. If it's not the Cowboys. That's just that's totally that's from like the 90s.
Yeah,
like that's 90s Cowboys.
Yeah, that's
it's almost saying I'm a Bulls fan because Mike and Scotty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like 90s. But the Chiefs fan are really the national favorite. And I'm sure we still have season ticket holders in all 50 states, include Hawaii and Alaska, stuff like that. So
yeah,
every Chiefs fan, trust me, people might not fly the flag like we do, but when the Chiefs come on TV, people sit down and watch them.
Oh yeah,
watch them all over the country.
It is. They've become a must-see team over the past, 4 years, and I was excited when that came out. I said, Thursday night, all right, home opener against the Chargers. I like that.
It's a good measuring stick. I mean, I know we'll have some. Do they play 4 preseason games now?
It's 3 now.
3 now. Okay, so yeah, we'll get better in those games, but that's a good measuring stick. That first Thursday night home opener because that's a good one. It's a good one.
Yes,
we'll see what we're made of. We'll see what they're made of. Put some fear in the hearts of everybody else once we dust them up.
We definitely gonna see because Charger fans think that they taking over the AFC West, so we're gonna find out in that game.
They're delusional. And it's like this. If you don't live in California, I don't think you're really, really a Charger fan, a Raiders fan. I think you're really just a disgruntled Chiefs fan, really.
A disgruntled Chiefs. Yeah, definitely, Pops. Yes, sir. That's gonna be a very highly anticipated game. I'm interested. I know the game against Tampa Bay, that was rumored to be one of the London games.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So if that happened, that's another.
That'll all come down to if Brady feels like traveling.
Yeah. Does he want to go that far?
He might be like, I'm not feeling London right now. Yeah. I heard the food there was terrible when the NFL travels there. I heard the food is terrible.
Hey, I don't even know what they eat there.
Me either.
The
Green
tea and
eggs,
crumpets or whatever. I don't know what they do. I don't know what they do. But
They said
yeah, usually the past few years it's been a 12 o'clock start here in the States because it's a 6 hour difference there. I don't know if they would want to do Brady versus Patrick in a 12 o'clock window. I'm sure they would want that to start at 3, which would make it a 9 p.m. start there in London. So we'll see what the NFL does with that game. But I'm ready for a season start now. It's been a good draft. It's been a good draft, and I am definitely ready for this season to start.
I am too.
I think out of everybody in the AFC West, the Chiefs had the best draft out of everybody that is in the West.
Yeah, and I don't want to be biased, and I haven't really seen everybody's picks, but I would say, judging off of what the picks that the Chiefs had to go by, which is the bottom of the first round, I think they had the best draft in the league.
Yep.
Best draft in the whole league.
Yeah, that's
starting out with a 29 and a 30.
Yeah.
And then with a Trent McDuffie and a George Karlaftis. And the people at home, like, definitely do look at some highlight. I like looking at game film if I have time.
Yeah.
But the highlight reels are cool too.
Yeah.
But the Trent McDuffie, George Karlaftis, Brian Cook, and Leo Chanel and Skye Moore. That's a good start because this year is going to be so different as a Chiefs fan because there's literally going to be so many different new faces. So it's almost like if you want to follow the team, it's almost like start figuring out who these guys are now, so it won't be so your brain won't be so overloaded with information. Once you get a roster, you're like, oh, who is this? Who is this? I don't know nobody. Get to know them now. Look at some of their college film. Some of these guys are 21 years old. A few of them are only 21 years old, and I think Brian Cook is 24 or 23. But yeah, get to know these guys because this is the future of our franchise. So hopefully they'll lead us to a league championship and a divisional title again.
Yeah. For the next 7 to 10 years, these are gonna be our guys.
Yeah, the main nucleus of them. Like I say, they culture guys. I don't see these guys like anything could happen. But I don't see these guys getting in like legal trouble and things like that. Like these guys are really film room, weight room, training table guys. Like they're gonna be at the complex more than anything working out. Like they got their hands on some good athletes.
Yeah, definitely. And you match that up with the only other team that had just as good as a first round as the Chiefs, in my opinion, is the Lions.
Okay.
Lions had those. They got Aiden Hutchinson and they got Jameson Williams in the first round. So 2 great picks for them because the Lions needed something. That's been a really bad franchise for a very long time.
Since Megatron.
Yeah, they haven't had none since Megatron and Stafford and all of that. So that was good for them. We'll see how that works out.
That might be a culture. That might be a culture shock for them.
Yeah.
Might be.
Yeah, they're definitely trying. So, but other than that, I feel like the Chiefs, if you want to say Detroit's first round was better than the Chiefs, or however you want to say it, but That's the only team that had just as good team.
Somebody had to get Jamison Williams.
Somebody had to get him. Yeah,
it was only one of them. Everybody wanted him. Everybody wanted him. So somebody had to win that lottery.
Yeah, because when he went off the board, I said, "Dang!" And then when what's his name? Olave got picked by the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Dang! Well, now what's gonna happen?" So, for the Chiefs, they must have known or had some intel that Skye Moore was still going to be there on the board. So they didn't worry. They stuck to their guns, and they were able to get the guy that they wanted. So it worked out for him. Any final thoughts, RJ, before we sign off?
Nah, I don't think so. Just excited about this. I'm gonna finish watching the rest of the draft and kind of stack up the rest of our AFC West opponents and see how they stack up against us on paper. And thanks for all the viewers, and thanks for everybody out there liking, sharing, and commenting the show. We're gonna try to keep getting good new content out for you every week. So
yes, definitely. Thank everybody for watching and for sharing, for your comments. Much appreciated. And next week we will be looking at the rest of the AFC West, match up what the Raiders, Broncos, and Chargers did in the draft, and we'll see how everybody matches up on paper. And we're going to tell you why the Chiefs are still going to win the AFC West.
You better know it.
Because we got the best quarterback.
Yeah, the truth hurts.
We got the best quarterback. We got the best coach. We don't have a coach that goes for it on fourth down on his own 20. So,
right. And we got the best. We got the best fans too.
Yeah, and we got the best fan
base. Got the best fan base.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So put all that together. Smells like success.
Sounds like success. Yes, sir. So for my co-host, RJ, I am Greg. We thank y'all for watching, and we will see y'all next Saturday.
Enjoy your week. Go Chiefs.
For more Red Kingdom, go Chiefs.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the name.